back to another episode of A Million and One Stories. As always, we are your lovely co-hosts, Sierra, Stacy, and Leticia. Okay, y'all, so we gotta hurry up and get into it, okay? So with summer coming to an end, Leo season coming to an end, just everything coming to an end, we gotta talk about something, okay? And this something is going to be hygiene. So I want to open the forum like this, guys, right? So Nick Cannon made a statement, I think it was in an interview, and he basically stated that like 80% of women aren't aware of either themselves, older, or they're not aware of how to take care of their body, right? Which was an interesting take because again, that's a man. Like, what do you really know? But when you think about it, it's just like sometimes you feel kind of self-conscious about addressing certain issues, and you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you might have something going on, don't know who to talk to, maybe you can't talk to your mom or people in your family or your friends because you're embarrassed, or the doctors. So I want to kind of open it up to you guys, like, when, if ever, did you have a certain situation related to hygiene, and who did you talk to about it? And did you feel like embarrassed, or like what was the reaction?
Well, first of all, I want to figure out where he got his numbers from with this 80%. I feel like everybody want to be a mathematician or whatever and want to throw a statistic on something like, did you do the research? Because, at least when I went to college and I was doing, my classes, you have to actually, get your, research sample, actually go out and do your surveys. And then, like, how are you figuring out the woman's hygiene? Like, what exactly are you doing to even know this? Yeah, we know what you're doing, clearly. And then on top of that, that YouTube video that came out with that lady who was talking about how she was found out she had STDs and how she was messing with all these different I ain't gonna say no names because that's besides the point. I'll send it to you later. But my thing is, I think there's like a lot of different information out there about hygiene. And then, I feel like as women, that should be the main focus for us, especially because we bleed once a month. You know what I mean? And I know for me, it is kind of, when growing up, it was kind of weird for me to talk about it, like especially like hygiene in your, private areas, because I don't know, you don't really talk about it that much. I know with my mom, she would talk to me about it, like, clean yourself, all of that. And she's Haitian, so she would say, "Fais toilette nous," like, clean yourself. You know what I mean? And so I always knew, like, that's number one. If you don't have a long time to take a shower, the first things that you are cleaning, is your vagina. You clean your underarms, you know what I'm saying? Your booty, you know what I mean? Especially if you poop, because you don't want that poop juice up in your booty. And so, I mean, you just have to remember, like, this is about you. This is about, how you want to carry yourself, how you want to show yourself. And just, it's not even show yourself, but just for you specifically, because, there's a lot of things going on out there, a lot of bacteria, a lot of viruses, and you want to make sure that you are at your best self. And so I know for me, after having kids, I would gain weight. And I feel like when I had gained weight, I felt like I got sweaty more. And so I felt, I had to shower more because I didn't like that feeling. However, when I was younger, before I had kids, when I had that nice body, you know what I'm saying? Like, growing up in middle school, I remember, okay, so here's a funny story. In middle school, sorry, I know I'm all around the place, but stick with me.
Take your time, sis. Take your time.
There was this girl who, I don't know how we got on the topic of hygiene, but we were talking about taking a shower, and she was like, and she said it very proudly. She was like, I don't take showers every day. And I was like, you don't? And I was like, well, how often do you take showers? She said, like, every other day. And I didn't want to like be mean or anything, but in my head, I'm like, oh my goodness, really? Because I was told I had to take a shower every day, right? So y'all, can you believe I tried that? I tried to not take a shower, and I even tried. I just did it. Reason being was because I was already tired of my foster mom rushing me in the shower anyway. Talk about you wasting my water. So I just tried not to take a shower, and oh my goodness, it just did not work for me. Like on the second day, I felt my body felt down. My body felt so unhappy. You know what I mean? Like I just, and then someone told me that I stink. So I was like, oh hell no. You are the one in the ladder. You ain't nobody gonna tell me I stink. So I was taking a shower. I don't care. And I would make sure my foster mom wasn't home so I could take a real nice shower, you know, a real long, nice, hot shower. But I've seen it in articles that no, you don't necessarily have to take showers every day. But I think it depends on the person. You know what I mean? Like, I know for me, I can't do it. Like, especially on a real hot day. As soon as I walk outside and I feel that heat, I start sweating. Like, I literally bring paper towels with me because that's how bad I sweat. Like, I will need the paper towels to help me dry this. Like, I just can't do it. And I feel like because water is such a natural property, I mean, can't nobody recreate water. Like, it's natural. Like, I feel like it heals me, you know, especially like if you're around people, like, you know, you go to work every day and you're around different spirits, you know what I mean? You know, you want to wash that off. You know what I mean? You want to wash them different energies and all these people that you interact with. You want to just wash that off and feel clean, just feel uplifted. I feel like when I take my showers, I feel uplifted. And then on top of that, like, imagine if you poop. I just can't, you know, after I do number two, I have to take a shower. Like it's not even an option for me to use the bathroom, wash my hands, and then go about my day. I can't. That's why I don't do number two nowhere else but my house. I don't care. I will hold it in. I don't care if it's not you're not supposed to do it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't feel comfortable doing number two in nobody's bathroom because specifically you have to sit on the toilet, you know, when you do number two. At least when you do, you know, when you pee, you can squat. And I teach my kids, like, my daughter, like, don't sit on that bathroom toilet. You squat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people, as we're saying, you know, and we're having this topic, everyone has different hygiene maintenance. And you don't know what somebody got going on. And so you want to just make sure you're being careful. And I mean, it's up to you. You know what I mean? Me, though, personally, if you can't take a full-blown shower, hit those, you know, important spots, you know, because at least, you know, vagina and, you know, the underarms and that booty. Because, you know, when your underarms are stinking, your coworkers, your friends, whatever, they're going to be mad. If your booty's stinking,
yeah,
your man might be mad. And
yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that's just what I'm saying.
But I agree with you, Stacey. I just want to know. You know, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I don't even want to know. I seriously do think that as far as hygiene comes along, for me, for instance, it was my mom. My mom is a hygiene freak. So it don't matter who you are, what you do, who you with, she will literally tell you. If you stink, she would politely say it in a way where it's kind of like, hey, you got to take care of whatever it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Wherever the smell is coming from, she'll point that route. You know what I mean? And she'll be like, okay, please. So my mom has always been that person for us anyway, in my family, you know, in my direct family. But before that, that was my grandmother. So, you know, they have that thing about like, you know, try to stay clean. And my mom, when I was younger, my mom would always say things like, make sure you, like you said, Stacey, wash the important stuff when you're in the shower. Okay. Yeah. In the shower, not when you just get up and then you just got to do whatever, but like wash, you know, your armpits, your, yeah. under your stomach, wash, I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever people call it nowadays, your juicy box, whatever you call it. Closer to your your toes, and then by your kneecaps, behind your ears, your
Definitely.
neck, like really take a moment and clean yourself. So, and then she'll say things like, make sure you brush your teeth clearly, floss if you can, and then when you're done, the whole thing isn't just like put all the different spray and use deodorant, but it's like once you get out of the shower, you should smell natural enough to not have to put something on, even if you do have to put something on, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So then that is something that I kind of like carry on, and I, started teaching my daughters, like, hey, ladies, as women, we have to take care of ourselves. And that's also another way to actually determine if something is wrong with you, like if you're getting sick or if something is wrong with your body. And some people don't even pay attention to that, because if something isn't clean, you sometimes you can smell it. There's an odor to,
Yeah.
your bottom, or there is a discharge that come in from your bottom or from wherever else, or an accumulation of dirt somewhere. So it's kind of your body tells you literally that, hey, I need attention is needed here.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
please focus on me, or look at this area. But sometimes some people don't pay attention to it. So I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a physician, but I do want to say, I know, going back to what you said, Stacy, that there are people who are told that you don't need to take showers twice a day, or you know what I mean, like you don't need to take showers often anyways, because it's good, like you don't want to remove all the oil, like I think it's
Hmm.
the natural oil off your body, which is fine. I mean, if that's what medical is saying, that's good for them, but I'm still on the fence, because I'm like, I can understand if you tell me I might not need to scrub hard every day when I take showers. Like if in the morning I don't have time and I could just put water on me, rough soap, whatnot, that's fine. Though I don't do that. When I hit the shower, I hit the shower. Like I take everything. I do the same thing over and over again. But if you're telling me in the morning, because I'm just getting up from a sleep, I didn't go out, I can do a brief little shower, this, that, and the other. But coming back in the afternoon, I want to take a good shower. I want to wash away, like you said, whatever dirt that's on me, and then reapply lotion. So maybe for some other people, depending on the type of job they have, if you have a job that's like, you don't get up, you at home, you don't do anything. But even the person who don't get up, who's at home, who don't do anything, you can still smell, you can still stink. You know what I mean? Because you're sweating, your body is shedding. So I don't know. I can't fight that fight right now until I do my research. And
Yeah.
yes, Stacey, I agree 100%. When we were in college, one thing they made sure that we had to do was, you got to do your research. You just cannot come to the table with so-called numbers and say, well, that's what it is. No, because they're gonna look at you like, well, what type of research did you do?
Yeah.
Where did you get your numbers from? And who are these people that you sample, right? So I agree with you 110% with that. So I personally believe that we should all take the time to clean ourselves, be mindful of how our body's talking to us, and then just take a normal shower, please. And thank you.
Yeah, but I think that's a good point that you mentioned, Leticia. Like you tell your girls to learn and explore your body. And I feel like that's one thing that my doctor would tell me when I was, you have a pediatrician, and then when you get, I think once you turn 18, some doctors is 21, but once you turn
Yes,
18 as an adult, you have to switch to a gynecologist.
yes,
When
ma'am.
I was younger, she was telling me like just explore your body, like know what your discharge looks like, if you have
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying? At first I was just,
right.
ma'am, please, I already feel uncomfortable. I'm naked. I'm spread eagle. Like you're inside me. That's too much.
Mhm.
But as you get older, you learn that stuff. And I
Yes,
know a lot of women can tell, like, okay, I'm about to come on my cycle, or I'm
right.
ovulating, or you know what I'm saying? Like you just know your body. You be like, hold on, nope,
Yep,
I'm not
yep.
feeling well. I'm
Mhm.
not feeling well, but it's really, really important. And it goes back
Yes.
to state point, like everyone has their own level of cleanliness, their own
Yes.
hygiene routines. And
Yeah.
I think with the advent of TikTok, we have shower talk, we have self-care talk. You know what I'm saying? So people really I guess highlight their shower routines, what they do for their self-care, any problems that they have. And I feel like it's a good community because say for example, I have an issue that I don't want to explicitly disclose. I go on
Right.
TikTok and someone else who's sharing their battle with something. I'm like, let me try that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So, for example, recently I decided, okay, I want to go natural with like deodorants and stuff like that. So I tried to do like a what's the brand? I think it's called Mega Babe. Don't quote me. I'm not too sure, but it's the same brand that makes the boob dust, whatever. Basically, they have like a armpit mask to like detox your armpits and stuff like that.
Wow.
Then the girlies were like, "Oh, you're supposed to use like glycolic acid. It's gonna like you'll still sweat, but you won't have an odor." Then they were like, "Oh, do this, and then you won't sweat at all."
How did that work out for you?
Then I go to the gym, and I had to recently move out my sister when I was sweaty. Okay, and it was me. I was like, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going natural. Okay. I had to practice, like, listen, you guys, I'm going natural. Like, please take it easy on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that didn't really work for me. I have to find my own regimen of how to really go natural with certain deodorant and stuff like that. But it's a learning process. And I feel
Right.
like we all enjoy to some extent, like showering, like find different things that work for us, different products.
Right.
And I feel like the more you are in communion and in community with others, you feel comfortable about your body. Like, hey,
Mhm.
girl, this happened to you before. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
don't feel uncomfortable or ashamed because 9 times out of 10, what I have realized, someone has dealt with what I'm going through. I'm not the
Yeah.
first one, okay?
Of
Like, I'm not the
course.
first one to deal with what I have going on. And
Mhm.
they're going to give me wisdom. I don't feel any judgment. You know what I'm saying? But you just
Yep.
have to find others and surround yourself that's going to provide you that safe space. Because you have some
Mhm.
people that are assholes, you know what I'm saying? Who are gonna be like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Which brings back to my point with men, like sometimes they could be ruthless, you know what I'm saying, and not really know
Yeah.
like what I'm talking about. Like the whole thing, oh, women just smell like water. I don't understand
That's not even
who
reality. That's
came
not
up with that.
reality.
But
Yeah.
then
And
when you're growing up and you hear that, you're like, oh my gosh, maybe that's what I'm supposed to smell like or taste like. So is there something wrong with me? No, that's just not realistic. Like that's just
no, it's not.
not a thing at all. So it's just be
And
interesting,
and
you
my
know?
thing is, how do they even come up with that understanding if they don't go to the doctor themselves to check on themselves and make sure that what they are producing can impact whoever they are mating, or you know what I mean? So you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah,
So I'm a little confused with that.
Mhm.
it's really, really interesting. But I mean, I don't know. I always tell my partner, like, if anything is off, let me know. If you off, I'm gonna let you know. Because we're in it together, and I don't feel
Yeah.
any. Sometimes we have good
Right.
days, sometimes we have bad days. Even for example, I was out and one of my homegirls, it was a long day. I was like, oh sis, yeah. She was like, it was me, yeah, it was you. But now we're gonna continue to have a great day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have to be able to do that with your friends. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yes.
expect the same from you
I
guys.
love that.
Something crazy,
Thank you for saying that.
y'all gonna get me together because we're one
Yeah.
band, one town. If I look
Yeah.
crazy, I look crazy. We can't be
Yeah.
a club
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
monkey, you know?
Yeah. You're
I
right.
completely, I completely agree with you, Sierra. Like, if something's off of me, just tell me. Like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I want to be presentable wherever I'm at. So please, give me an elbow, whatever the case may be. Text message me. I don't care. Let me know. And for me as well, like, because I've had times when like I'm rushing in the morning, and like I forget to put deodorant on or something. So you know what I did? I was like, I'm gonna put some deodorant in my car. I'm gonna put some
Yeah.
lotion in my car. You know what I mean? Like my car has a bunch of stuff like hygiene product. I got toothbrush in my car, and people
Mm-hmm.
think hygiene is really just, showering. No, it's brushing your teeth, that is a huge part of hygiene. You know what I mean? And so, just making sure that you're prepared for the day, you know what I mean? And making sure, especially like flossing, I read somewhere that actually you're better off flossing your teeth than like brushing it. Like if you miss a day of brushing, it's okay. Like if you floss, but if didn't floss, but you just brush,
yeah,
that's bad because the food the food is stuck in your teeth and it can rot and get bacteria and give you cavities, and your teeth could be starting to fall out. So, you just want to make sure that, you're reading, of course, you're learning about different things, like preparing for this, conversation. I saw that people, they have those tongue scrapers, like the disposable ones. I never knew. I just used the toothbrush and, clean my tongue, or like the back, because the back of my toothbrush should have like this little pad where you can like scrub your tongue. But I didn't know anything about the tongue scrapers, and they really get like everything back in your throat. So, just doing that research and looking around to see like what is there now, because back when in the 90s, you know what I mean, they didn't really have much of these different products, like the Summer's Eve product, or like those little toilet, they call them toilet wipes, that you can take with you and wipe after you use the bathroom. Just making sure you're looking at different items that of course agree with your body, but that you can use while you're out, because there's so many different things out there now, and I'm like, ooh, I want to try this one. It honestly, it makes keeping yourself clean fun, when you can choose different things.
You are so right about the flossing thing. That's why I was so happy when my mom was talking about, you make sure you floss, whatever. And then you got to be mindful. There's so many little things that we don't even know. Like when you take the time to learn about your body, you actually starting to know what works for you, and what works against you. So you got to be mindful of that, because like for me now, I realize a soft toothbrush works for me instead of a regular hard toothbrush. And then my dentist was telling me, you don't even have, how people brush their teeth like you got to drill it. That's wrong. You're supposed to really softly brush so your molars don't get up. You know what I mean? And then you have that, I think it's called edemat or something. I'm telling you. And I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh. So all of that is very important. And flossing is really true, because you don't want to have that meat in between or anything, so they can store bacteria in there. And then later on, like you said, lose teeth, have cavities, and so on and so forth. But with that, is just really be mindful of, the importance of what you need for your body, what you need to take care of yourselves. What is effective for your body and what's not effective. And also, if you have a partner, you both should see your doctors, period.
Absolutely.
You both should
that's
take
the first thing.
Literally, before you even talk about anything else, you both should see your doctor and make sure that you are in tune with yourself. Make sure you are utilizing whatever that's working for you to not harm not only somebody else, but yourself. Okay. And then women, we have so many other things we got to worry about, because we got our periods, we got our cycles, we have whatever going on. And there's some men who literally sweat regularly. So you got to make sure that you also okay with whatever's happening with your body, all the dysfunction things. And then some men have discharge. There's some things that they need to be mindful of. And your discharge might impact the discharge of your lady. So please be mindful of that. But we just gonna say, please contact your nearest doctor, okay, and focus on that, and be, instead of pointing and putting fingers up and down and saying you need, what you need to do is call your doctor and check and get checked. So with that being said, thank you so much, ladies. This has been 1,000,001 stories.
Period.
So please, we ask you guys to share, like, subscribe, and of course, follow, comment, let us know what you think. give us some feedback about hygiene. Let us know, what route do you take when it comes to hygiene?
Yeah.
Does any family member tell you what to do, or have you heard anything from anybody, or what's effective to you that can also aid other people or ourselves? So we love you guys. Thanks for always watching A Million and One, and thanks for all the newer and old subscribers. You guys are our favorites. Bye.
Peace.